The topic that I have decided to do is the psychological effects on kids and teenagers that play sports. Well, or start sports at a younger age. So, I did some research because I've been playing sports since I was 4. I started soccer when I was 4 and softball when I was 5. And juggling those two in high school was very hard. So, I had to learn a sense of time management. I had to do this because I was on varsity soccer and varsity softball. I was on varsity soccer since freshman year and softball since sophomore year. So, saying that, soccer and softball season run together, and since one's not varsity and the other isn't JV, then I had to juggle both because one didn't triumph over the other. So I would have to go from 6th period soccer to 8th period softball to soccer after school, back to softball after school. So that was hard, but I had to really get a feel for time management to be able to do these things that I really wanted to do. Also, I had a better GPA, which wasn't very hard in my high school, but I still had to have a high enough GPA to be able to play. So no pass, no play, which really helped me in school and to be able to get here. This man, James, he said that sports for kids are good for their mental state because you have an adult making you learn goal-driven traits that isn't your parent. Unless your coach is your parent, of course. But also, with that, goals, you have to have goals in life because you have to be able to reach whatever you're trying to reach. So, like, coming to college, that's a goal. Getting high enough grades, that's a goal. Getting a promotion in a job, that's a goal. Getting the job you want, that's a goal. So, goals are in everything that you do. He also said that going to these sports, you have to learn how to behave well because you're expected to. Because if you want to do good at something, you have to really put in the effort, and your behavior is a big part in your effort. So, yeah. Also, he said that kids that play sports have a better body image of themselves, which I can understand that because most people look at me and they're like, you're too big, you need to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I'm good with my body, so why aren't you? You're just bashing me because you're not proud of who you are as a person or how your body is. So that just means that I had to learn how to love my own body, even when doing these sports, because these girls, especially playing soccer, because I was in defense and goalie, I would play forward a few times, but not that much. These girls were literally like 95 pounds, so I'm definitely not 95 pounds. So I really had to learn how to love my body, just because other girls on the team, if I didn't love my body, then I would look at them and just be like, well, I'm never going to be there, so why am I even trying to play this? And he also said that doing sports at a young age when you get older will help you develop less emotional behavioral problems. Like, we went over this in class, so everybody should know. And I think that's a pretty good assumption because all my friends, they didn't really have any anxiety, depression, nothing like that. I didn't either. We were all pretty happy. But my friend, I have one specific friend that dropped out of everything, And she started getting really depressed, got anxiety, everything. Once she dropped everything she was doing. She also got into drugs and alcohol and things like that. And he also said, you stay out of trouble, you have less drug use. And I think that's true because in high school, I was always the goody two-shoes because I didn't want to get in trouble and not be able to play. Because if you mess up that one time, just that one time, you won't be able to play anymore. And especially with drugs, I never did drugs in high school because I knew it could affect me. Because in my school, there was random drug testing, but they picked all the kids that they knew didn't do drugs. So I got picked every single month. And this also teaches you to have a drive for competitiveness. Because when you're working in a job, if you don't have that sense of competitiveness, you're going to stay where you're at. If you're competitive, you're going to try to get that promotion, try to get higher, try to win what you're trying to do. And it also teaches you that losing is okay. Losing is never, well, it can be fun if you're having fun doing what you're doing. But losing is tough sometimes, especially when you're younger, because you think you should win. But it teaches you that it's okay. You don't have to win every single time. You just have to go out there and have fun. Fun is what sports are for. Also, it teaches you better social skills. So, I think I'm a pretty sociable person. I talk to a lot of people. Maybe not in our class, but especially when I was younger, I talked to everybody. I didn't exclude anybody from anything. I wanted everybody to be a part of it, and wanted to get to know them and all that kind of stuff. So I think starting sports at a young age really helped me with that, because even before school, I knew how to meet new people. Sometimes it's hard to know how to meet new people and how to go up to them and talk to them. So that really helped me. And a negative to doing sports at a young age is that after the age of 13, the best people get picked for teams, or the people that have the right last name, which is very sad, because you could be the person going to the NBA, but just because you don't have the last name, you don't make it, which happens a lot in my town and smaller towns. I don't know about other towns. But the reason it's also bad is because if you're just going into junior high, you're just transitioning to another school, you're probably going to lose friends, you're starting puberty and things like that. So this is a tough time in your life anyways. And maybe not getting picked for a team can really bring your self-esteem down, or just bring you down in every single way. You're like, I'm not good enough, I'm never going to be good enough, so why do I even try? And then you'll quit before you even start. And so, but it can also be a good thing, because in my junior high, we had A, B, and C team for most sports that we offered at junior high level. And A team and B team actually played games, but C team just stayed in the gym and worked out or went into conditioning. So it was never really fun to be on C team, but it made us be more competitive in what we're doing to be able to achieve that goal of being on a team that's actually going to play games. They actually win, they actually go places, they actually practice the sport and things like that. But, and all this to say, I think that starting sports at a younger age and continuing through high school as you're a teenager can really help you in a lot of areas in your life, especially for your kids when you have them. So I think sports have a good psychological effect on you.